5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Friday, February 21st, 2025. I'm Aaron Taylor. Thank you for joining us. Well, Troy University has learned who will represent the school in this year's Miss Alabama pageant. Caden Walker introduces us to the new Miss Troy University.
Ladies and gentlemen, your new Miss Troy University for 2025, Grace Shelley.
In a dazzling celebration of beauty, talent, and empowerment, Grace Shellhouse has been crowned the 2025 Miss Troy University, marking a significant milestone in the storied tradition of the university's pageant. As the new title holder, Grace will not only carry the crown, but also embrace the responsibility that comes with it. She is committed to using her platform to advocate for important causes, engage in the community, and inspire fellow students.
This has been such an amazing experience. I competed last year for Miss Troy University, and I'm back this year, and I'm so blessed with the opportunity to compete for Miss Troy, have the responsibility of Miss Troy, compete for Miss Alabama, and I'm really blessed that Christ has given me this opportunity to share His light with the kingdom.
And after being crowned Miss Troy University 2025, Grace Shellhouse was surrounded by her friends and family.
They helped me out so much with this opportunity. There's a lot of ins and outs that go into it, and I definitely couldn't have done it without them. On the campus of Troy University at Claudia Crosby Theater, hundreds gathered to witness Grace's skills in dance, public speaking, and modeling.
A junior political science pre-law major from Andalusia, Alabama, Grace Shellhouse.
And all 13 of our contestants really displayed what we were looking for. Honestly, we could have selected any of them. Our judges had a really hard job, but ultimately they selected a woman who represents service, sisterhood, as well as scholarship. So we're really excited to see all that she does, as well as her performance at Miss Alabama. I know that she's going to represent Troy University so well, and such a title to hold. She's an incredible young woman, and we can't wait to see what she does from the board of directors.
Spectators also took the time to honor the legacy and a year of hard work. From Miss Troy 2024, Sarah Jane Houston.
This has been the absolute best year ever. One of my greatest mentors, Mr. Sedaris Williams, sat me down one day and he said, SJ, you have a really unique college experience, and it didn't really click until this moment. This really was such a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I'll take these memories with me for the rest of my life.
And after being crowned, here are Grace's plans for her special night.
I'm headed to McDonald's.
Caden Walker, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Monday was the inaugural Troy University Admitted Students Day, a day meant to serve as an introduction to the campus and culture of Troy prior to Impact Orientation in the summer. Ty Davidson has the details.
Each year, upcoming students look forward to Troy University's summer orientation, Impact. But starting today, the university held an Admitted Students Day to give upcoming students an even earlier opportunity to experience the culture and everyday campus life of Troy.
So they're going to meet with their academic department, so I hope they get a wealth of knowledge from their individual colleges, but I also hope they just get more comfortable with campus and ready to be engaged once they get here.
It's really important for us to make sure that students understand our culture, understand the opportunities that are available. It's important for them to come and get an orientation prior to coming full time.
Of course, the college experience is about more than academics and getting through life as a student. Chancellor Hawkins emphasizes the importance of the relationships that the students will create, hopefully starting today.
The older I get, the more I realize the value of relationships. A lot of the relationships I share today were born more than 60 years ago when I entered college. We're by far the most diverse university in Alabama, and there's strength in diversity. Well, if you understand people different from yourself, you can begin to appreciate, and then you build those relationships.
We just want our students to get to know each other better before they come to Impact in the summer, so give them an opportunity to be on campus and to just meet other students that are headed to Troy.
Hawkins is extremely satisfied with the success of today's Admitted Students Day, as he believes this was a major step in overcoming one of Troy's biggest obstacles as a university and helping upcoming students see the true beauty and greatness of our school.
One of our great challenges not being in a major metropolitan area is for people to come and see what's here. The media refer to this as Alabama's most beautiful campus. If students visit this campus, then there's about a 75 to 80% chance that they will apply and take that next step. So these sorts of experiences are vital to us. When they see it, they'll appreciate it, they'll come back.
The college years are often referred to as the greatest years of one's life, and it is the mission of Chancellor Hawkins and Troy University to make those years as truly great as they possibly can be.
An undergraduate experience truly is not about making a living, it's about making a life, and there's far more to life than making a living. You have to do what you love, and if you do it, you'll do it well. Careers are important, but there's so much more. But this journey is powerful in shaping the rest of your life, and we want it to be in a beautiful place and a place where good people can come and learn and grow together.
Ty Davidson, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Well, if you're hearing me talk right now, then you're obviously watching this broadcast. However, there's now a new way for viewers to watch TrojanVision News and all the programming we air here on TrojanVision. It's an app for smartphones and smart TVs. Jameson Fowler gives us a look at TrojanVision's newest online offering.
Have you ever wanted to watch TrojanVision but never found the time to? Maybe on the go. Well, now you can, all thanks to a new app by TrojanVision for viewers across the globe.
For 50 years, the TrojanVision television signal has been limited to cable viewers in Southeast Alabama. That is no more. It is available now to people all over the world.
Now with the app going on air, viewers will now have the ease of tuning into past and current news broadcasts, as well as posts made by students in the studio. But just what all can you put the new app on?
iPhones, Google, Roku, Fire TV, no matter where you are, you have access to it.
Now with the app, the station not only looks to expand its outreach across the globe, but it also will allow students more exposure for their work for potential employers and viewers to see.
I think this is an amazing opportunity for the university. I think it's an amazing opportunity for TrojanVision. We have Trojans all over the world that want to know about what's going on here on campus. There's a lot of things that we want the world to know about Troy, and the channel provides that content. The app will provide that venue for people to be able to see what is going on here at Troy.
Jameson Fowler, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And once again, for anyone out there who wants to download that app right now, the TrojanVision app is available on the Apple App Store, Google Play Store, Fire TV, and Roku. You can download the app and start streaming what we're doing here in the studio right away. And on Wednesday night, students came together in Patterson Hall for an open forum on a common topic during this time of year. Neela Cole has the story.
In honor of Black History Month, a Black Excellence panel celebrating Black excellence, Black culture, and Black pride was held by Troy University student Jamila Jackson. The panelists shared their experiences and passion for leadership, education, and advocacy.
It is Black History Month, so I just wanted to showcase our student leaders, people that are doing stuff around campus, and I also wanted to give our audience a chance to have a place to be heard, to talk about the things that they want to talk about, but they can't really talk about it with everyone. So overall, I just want to give everybody a place to talk and be heard, a safe place overall.
The panelists, along with the audience, discussed topics such as inclusion, representation, voting, and why it is important to educate and inform others about Black history.
What I enjoyed most was, I'd say, seeing different perspectives, so seeing everybody contribute to the conversation and seeing how our ideas are kind of similar and how we have an idea of being one, so I was really enjoying that aspect.
The panelists hope that the event encouraged people to continue to learn, grow, and honor the legacy of Black individuals and their impact on society.
I'm very passionate about our culture, and I'm a foreigner, so I hoped that I can bring a new perspective to the conversation and kind of open everybody's eyes to more topics outside of America.
And I'm glad that everybody was able to take advantage of it, be heard, be able to talk, be able to meet new people, and make new connections.
This event was in partnership with Trio Student Support Services, Troy Miss Elite, and Humble Hearts of Troy. Neela Cole, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And the Office of Civic Engagement gave students a chance to talk about important topics over a cup of coffee. Simon Brown shows us how.
Coffee and Conversations is a safe space for open dialogue. Students are given the chance to discuss a number of topics over some sweet treats. Wednesday's discussion focused on getting a sense of belonging. Civic scholar Jada McQueen facilitated the discussion.
We would just love for students to kind of get out of their comfort zones and just kind of challenge, like if they talk about really important topics with people who may think differently than them, have different perspectives, have different backgrounds. But it's also new students who are coming to Troy.
Students broke into groups to discuss topics ranging from Troy's college culture all the way to the differences between introverts and extroverts. Students also wrote down times when they felt welcome and unwelcomed. Madison Osborne shared one of her experiences.
Me was whenever I joined my sorority, like when I first came to college, because I gained so many more friends and like just saw so much more like different perspectives than I did in high school.
Civic scholar Jamarion Willie shared what he wanted students to gain from the conversation.
Really to just meet new people. There's a lot of people with different interests. There's people with Greek life, international, people that isn't involved as much, but it's really to find people with different backgrounds and kind of come together and find like a reoccurring problem in the world and trying to address those problems.
To end the discussion, students journaled about what they could do to make someone feel like they belong. Simon Brown, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Making a good first impression is important when trying to find a job, and helping students look professional is the goal of an effort from Troy's Office of Career Services, and they're looking for some help from the community.
Troy University students have a resource available to get their hands on professional dress clothing for free through the Career Services Career Closet.
It is a place for our students here at Troy to come for free and get gently used business attire. The reason for that is we know students want to get a job, want to get an internship, sometimes even have a presentation where they might need to dress up. A guy might need to wear like a business jacket, girls business clothes, and it gets really expensive for our students. So this is a way that the community, our faculty can donate gently used business professional clothing for our students, and then they're able to go and shop.
Career Services is currently looking for donations from the community to expand the selection available to students.
We're doing a clothing drive right now, really pushing that out to our faculty and really the community. You know, it's often easy to go take your clothes to Goodwill, and we want to keep doing that. But specifically, if you have smaller, we have men's suits in smaller sizes, but really anything for men and women, we will take what you have. And we do this about once a year. Really ask our faculty to bring what they have, and it really, really helps us to just get the clothes we need for our students.
Donations can be made at the Career Services office in Eldridge Hall.
They can bring their clothing to Career Services. We're open 8 to 5 in Eldridge Hall and 124. Kind of by the back, by the baseball field is a good entrance. You can park right there and bring your clothes in. We'll come get them in the car if you have a lot and get those to where they need to go. But we would really appreciate it.
Hulbert says the donations can make a definite impact on the future of students at Troy.
It's really rewarding. I saw a student this week dressed in a business suit, was so excited about the clothing she found. Maybe it was something that she couldn't have afforded otherwise, and she was ready for an interview. So that's very rewarding to us to see that and to know the community and the faculty, and has been a huge part of really these students' success.
And while they spend most of their time trying to get Trojan fans to cheer, Troy University's cheerleading squad has something to cheer about themselves. The team recently had success competing at the national level. Caden Walker has the team's reaction to how well they did this year at nationals.
You've likely seen the Troy University cheer team on game day at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Well, they recently got to take their skills to an even bigger stage at nationals in Orlando, Florida. Speaking to cheerleaders, they say that this year they did not disappoint.
It was really surreal getting to do it with this team, and I couldn't be prouder. I think 7th was awesome, and we did our absolute best.
After we finished our routine, just hugging my best friend Sydney and just knowing that we made it together was really great.
They say that the feeling of a 7th-place win was electrifying, a feeling that they'll never forget, especially when they acknowledge who they were up against.
Really big teams like Minnesota, Memphis, Penn State, and usually we go against like LSU, Tennessee, and so for them to get 7th, like that was like absolutely insane, and I could not be more proud of them.
During their time at Nationals, it wasn't all stunting and competing. They had some fun along the way.
Well, we also went to Disney World, so that was really fun in and of itself, just riding the rides with my teammates and having more friend fun, as I would say, just you know, being beside each other and on the roller coasters or in line, just making memories.
All the moments I have are with my roommate, Ja, and we were just messing around. We went to Magic Kingdom when we first got there, and I was with Ja and a couple of the girls. Having that moment with my teammates and just having fun at Disney was awesome.
Trojans head cheer coach Nick Loriquente says that the team has put in countless hours of hard work that's been in action since this summer.
It kind of gets ready in the summertime when we go to UCA camp. From camp, we progress into our football season. We use football season as kind of practices, and then we sit there and get all the way through nationals, which is a long time.
It's such a blessing. I'm so thankful to be a part of this team with such good coaches and good athletes, and it was just such a rewarding moment just for this program and for the future of this program for sure.
That's all the updates we have from the Elm Street Gym. Caden Walker, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Students were wearing red, but not just because they were in the Valentine spirit. As Sarah Campbell shows us, it was a chance to raise awareness with a fun activity.
Troy Student Government Association encouraged students to wear red last Friday in support of a cause many may not be aware of.
The message that we're kind of trying to send is to promote National Wear Red Day, which is in honor of supporting women that are going through heart disease.
National Wear Red Day is a part of American Heart Month and is celebrated on the first Friday of February each year. According to the CDC, heart disease accounts for 1 in 5 female deaths in the U.S. annually.
The #1 cause of death is heart disease within women. So we wanted to find a way to promote that for our committee since we are the Student Services Committee.
Fuller says heart disease is something she rarely hears being talked about on campus. By creating a fun photo booth, this event helped draw students in to raise awareness on the issue.
Just by getting people to come over to our table and being like, oh, what is this? Because, you know, it's right around Valentine's Day, so you would think that it's like a Valentine's Day photo shoot. Then we can kind of reel them in and be like, so this is actually what it's about, so it can engage more students.
Not only that, but it also helped honor one of SGA's very own.
One of our committee members has actually suffered from heart disease, and we thought that it would be a good idea to do an awareness for something that I don't hear about a lot on campus.
Fuller says SGA's Wear Red Day photo booth was a way to kick off the organization's Heart Health Awareness Week. That took place February 10th through February 14th.
To get into the spirit of the Valentine's holiday, the International Arts Center held a Valentine's Day themed crafting event. Students could stop by and relax with activities like embroidery. Jimmy Nichols has that story.
The IAC hosted cookies and crafts on Thursday to give students and faculty a chance to unwind before Cupid's special day.
Well, we always like to have these opportunities to offer to our Troy students, faculty, and staff to just take a break and to stop in our space and to create. It's so important.
The IAC gives both students and faculty the chance to create something special for their special someone.
We hope that it just gives them an opportunity to stop amongst a busy day full of classes and note-taking and to just use their creativity in their hands and make something for themselves or make something to get to someone else.
With slow, soft jazz playing in the back, students got to relax, and some even learned how to do something new.
It's very relaxing because I was expecting something very simple, and I didn't know how to do this when I came in here, so I feel like I even learned how to embroider, and it's just been a good experience.
With Valentine's Day going in the rear view, the IAC plans next to host the opening of 2 new exhibits on February 20th from 5 to 7 p.m. Jimmy.
Troy Bakery B-Sweet has shifted their recipes to include more vegan-friendly options. But it's not for the reasons you may think. With the economy driving up egg prices, Sarah Campbell shows us how the local business is adapting to meet demand.
For about a year, B-Sweet Bakery in Troy has included vegan-friendly options to bring joy to more customers. Now, phasing in more of these alternatives has been crucial for a different reason: keeping up with the changing economy.
It really came down to when we saw the rise in egg prices, and that really began that search to make changes into how we operate something in the bakery.
B-Sweet Bakery and Dessert Boutique is a family-owned business located right off of Troy's downtown square. They never expected to go so vegan-friendly, but with egg prices only getting steeper, making the switch seemed like the most financially feasible option to meet the demand. According to national studies, the price of eggs skyrocketed more than 15% in January alone. That number is expected to keep rising.
From a baker's standpoint, we have to look at how far we can stretch our carton of eggs so that we're not just spending like crazy on eggs.
Though not every recipe has changed, incorporating more cheaper vegan ingredients has helped meet customer needs without sacrificing quality. Some of these alternatives include cornstarch and water, applesauce, and aquafaba, the liquid left over from chickpeas commonly used in vegan macarons.
It's all about how you build a recipe to match the taste of something that's normal. You can't just throw in this and that and expect it to taste good. I've spent lots of time making sure that it meets my standards to taste good for all of our customers.
Not only did this change help financially, but it also provided a place for vegan customers to enjoy sweets they may not usually get.
What other things can we offer to more people? Some of these kids can't have eggs now. Sometimes it's a whole family that's vegan that can't have desserts at their own house. So now they can come here and enjoy anything vegan.
B-Sweet says this switch will likely be permanent as they plan to continue serving both original and vegan-friendly recipes in their store. Sarah Campbell, Troy, TrojanVision News.
Moving over to sports, the Trojan baseball team opened up its season in dominant fashion over the weekend. Jack Sturdivant has the highlights.
Over the weekend, Troy baseball opened its season at home in a 3-game series against the Bellarmine Knights. The Trojans would sweep the series, including a 23-6 win in Game 1.
Anytime you win each game you play, you have to feel good, and I love that we were challenged. Friday night was an anomaly in terms of runs scored and the things that went on in that game. It's kind of a weird opening night deal. Both these games were somewhat mirror images in a sense, and so I'm glad that we had to have guys come in some pressurized situations. We got to see different guys perform and compete, and a lot of guys are going to certainly have opportunities as we move forward too.
Western Kentucky transfer and former Savannah Banana Blake Cavell shined in his debut weekend with the Trojans, scoring 4 runs on 5 hits with 7 RBIs.
I love it. I had a great weekend. It wasn't just me, it was the guys in front of me that kept getting on base for me, so they made my job here much easier for me this weekend.
Next up, the Trojans head to Plainsman Park Tuesday to take on the Auburn Tigers.
It seems like it's going to be cold, so we're going to have to bundle up and bring a lot of hand warmers for the 6 o'clocker up there at Auburn, but we know how talented Auburn's going to be. I've even had them on TV just as you sit at home at night after our games we've had here, so our guys will be excited and ready. We need to do a lot of solid preparation tomorrow, just in a lot of aspects. Obviously, we'll figure out some pitching.
Jack Sturdivant, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And then on Tuesday, Troy baseball took on the Tigers in a top 25 matchup at Plainsman Park. Once again, here's Jack Sturdivant.
Tuesday night, the Trojans headed to Plainsman Park to take on the Auburn Tigers. The Tigers would best the Trojans 7-6.
We played clean baseball. Obviously, it was shut down, season. Unfortunately, just some mistakes. Obviously, prolonged and changed the game for us. But we also made a lot of tremendous plays in that, 2nd through 8th inning, and that's certainly going to be the standard.
The Trojans would go up 6-4 early, but would not score again.
They just had us off balance just enough. We couldn't get the barrel, to the pitches that we wanted in the early part of the count. And once they got ahead and got leverage, they executed well.
The Trojans head back home this weekend for a series against Northwestern State.
Just haven't dove into them yet. Obviously, a really weird weekend over there in Natchitoches last year with a myriad of things going on. But, we're at home, and we'll need to be ready to play well. Gary will get the ball on Friday at 4:05. And, I think the big thing for us is feel what the 2nd through 8th inning was from a defensive, a pitching, a just high-level compete perspective. And if you feel that and can repeat that, then we'll be able to maximize ourselves. And that's what we talk about all the time. Let's just max ourselves out as a team and as individuals. And I thought we really did that for that 7-inning stretch.
Jack Sturdivant, Troy, TrojanVision News.
The Troy softball team opened up a weekend full of action in the Cardinal Clash against Southeast Missouri. Jack Sturdivant has the details.
Thursday night, Troy softball played host to the Southeast Missouri Redhawks. The Trojans would hold down home turf with a 4-2 win.
SEMO gave us a little bit of scare there at the end. That's a good team. They were played in the Arkansas Regional last year. They have some missing pieces obviously from last year, but I was proud of the way we battled. We really started the game off early. Didn't close it too well, but at the end of the day, it's about winning ball games, and that's what we did.
Pitcher Alyssa Faircloth struck out 8 Redhawks, tying her career high in strikeouts.
Yeah, I think she was phenomenal. And we had talked about pregame that we didn't want her to pitch a complete game, but she was really on. You know, she struck out 8, I believe. Maybe that's what you already said, but she pitched really, really well, and we're going to need her. She had really, really good stuff. Her changeup was really working, so happy for her.
The Trojans go to battle against another Ohio Valley squad Friday night when they welcome the Eastern Illinois Panthers to the Troy softball complex.
Eastern actually won the Ohio Valley regular season last year. They returned their best pitcher. We anticipate seeing her, so we'll just try to lock in and take it day by day.
Jack Sturdivant, Troy TrojanVision News.
And softball played 5 games over the course of the weekend and wrapped up things with a foe from right up the road. Jimmy Nichols has the highlights of the team's victory over Alabama State.
The Trojans came in hot Sunday afternoon, scoring 12 runs in the first inning against Alabama State.
Well, I think it was a lot about plate discipline for sure, and just being unselfish, putting it on the next person. But yeah, we got on like a doubles kick there for a while. Felt like we hit 2, 3, 4 doubles in a row, and it's fun to see.
The Trojans were dominating on both sides of the ball, scoring 14 runs throughout the entire game and not giving up a single run to the Hornets. The Trojans now prepare for their next game against Georgia Tech.
We played them in the fall. They got a great squad, and they had one big inning on us in the fall and got us by a run or 2. So that's one we've had circled on our calendar that we're looking forward to. But they're a talented team. They're coached very well, and that's a P4 program. So we'll have to play really well to do what we want to do against Georgia Tech.
The Trojans finished this weekend's tournament 4-1, putting their season record at 7-3. They hope to carry the momentum over from this weekend to their game against the Yellow Jackets. Jimmy Nichols, Troy TrojanVision News.
And here's Skylar Smith with that game against the Yellow Jackets.
The Trojans were stung by the Yellow Jackets on Wednesday night, with Georgia Tech scoring 4 runs in the first inning against Troy.
We talked about before the game started, we wanted to be the team that kind of played with a chip on our shoulder, and it kind of looked like the opposite. Georgia Tech came out, took care of business, had that really big 4-run first inning. I believe it was 4 runs. And then just kind of took us out of our game completely. So not the start we wanted, and certainly not the conclusion that we wanted. But we'll regroup and work to improve and get better.
Georgia Tech finished the game in only 5 innings, beating the Trojans 8-0, with Troy only getting 2 hits all game.
The challenges are, first time on the road, but certainly the competition level is going to be tough. South Florida is going to host that tournament. That's a really strong program. And then 2 Big Ten schools in Michigan and Wisconsin. So we're going to have to play much better than we did tonight in order to compete at a high level. So that'll be something that we work towards.
The Trojans now fall at 7-4 after their loss to the Yellow Jackets. They hope to recover this weekend when they travel to Tampa for the USF tournament. Skylar Smith, Troy TrojanVision News.
Troy men's basketball celebrated senior night with a big win over Southern Miss. Jack Sturdivant has the story.
Saturday, Troy women's basketball played host to the Southern Miss Golden Eagles. The Trojans would dominate the Golden Eagles en route to an 86-59 win on senior night.
We're so thrilled that it was senior night and that the players played the way they did, because most all of them had a lot of family here, a lot of people who were important to them here, and they were able to kind of embody how much improvement they've made, which we see it as coaches even off the court, but they were able to show it on the court how much they've improved.
Senior Brianna Jackson led the charge for the Trojans with 17 points, marking her 7th double-digit scoring performance in her last 8 games.
I definitely did good on the scoring end. Could have for sure got more rebounds for a double-double, but I'm glad we got the win.
Next up, the Trojans head to Monroe, Louisiana to take on the ULM Warhawks in a rematch of a thriller earlier this season.
It's always hard to win on the road. It's always hard to beat a team twice. Both of these teams we go play, we've played them before and beat them. So you have to remain humble and hungry You always have to be at least 15 points better than a team to beat them on the road. So we've got to do it. I mean, ULM, they have one of the top teams in the conference as far as talent-wise. There's no doubt about it. We saw it here in Trojan Arena just last week. You've got to be on top of your game, and so that's the one that's next.
Jack Sturdivant, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And that's all we have for Trojan Vision the week that was. To see what's happening on a daily basis, tune into Troy TrojanVision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30, Monday through Friday. You can also visit us anytime on our blog at today.troy.edu/TrojanVision. Until next time, have a good week.